The market is heating back up, you guys. We're seeing multiple offer situations. We're seeing homes sell for over list price. Yet we are still seeing those interest rates in the low sixes at the time of recording this video. So affordability is still an issue, but there's competition now. So if you are a buyer in this market, I'm gonna give you a strategy that's gonna help you win and win with a clean, strong offer, and you're gonna be able to give the seller what they want, but also get what you need in order to make a deal work. If you guys haven't already hit the like and the subscribe button, make sure you do that because you don't want to miss any of my upcoming content. I put out videos every single week about the Reno Sparks lifestyle, Northern Nevada housing market, and all things real estate. You don't want to miss out on any of that, so make sure you subscribe right now. All right, let's dive right into it. So as promised, I'm going to give you a creative strategy to kind of offset the affordability issue as far as interest rates are concerned, but also make sure that sellers are going to choose your offer over the competition. As I mentioned at the time of recording this video, mortgage interest rates are in the low 6% range, which is still relatively low if you look at like the history of time, but as far as the recent history, it's significantly higher than it was in the very beginning of Q1 this year, and it's much, much higher than it was during the COVID times. So for a lot of people who had like a glimpse of hope that they could afford to buy, I'm talking to you, millennials and Gen Z, you might be thinking, well, now I'm priced out. Like now I can't really do anything, right? Here is one way that you can still write a competitive offer without having to break the bank with your monthly payments. So one thing you can do is to write an offer over asking, but ask the seller for a credit to make up for that gap. So I'm gonna give you an example because it sounds kind of abstract and confusing. It's really not. But you do have to understand what a seller credit is. So in another video, I talked about a seller credit versus a price reduction. It might be helpful for you to check that out. But basically, a seller credit is money that you can get right away at the close of escrow that can be used to put towards closing costs or other expenses related to the sale, such as buying down your interest rate, versus a price reduction wherein the seller simply lets the home go for less than what they had listed it for. So let's put some real numbers into play here so that you can understand what I'm talking about with this strategy. Let's just say that a home is listed at $500,000, right? You don't want to offend the seller. You know there are other offers coming in and there may be competition, so you really want to write a strong offer and give that seller what they want to make sure that your offer is the one that wins. However, with the interest rates being in the low sixes, you're still worried about making that monthly payment work for you. So one thing you can do is write the offer for $510,000, yet ask the seller for a $10,000 closing credit. So with that $10,000 that you get right away at closing, your lender can use that to buy down your interest rate, which is gonna give you a lower monthly payment. At the end of the day, that seller is still getting $500,000, but you are getting a $10,000 credit to pretty much do what you want with as long as it's involved with the sale. It is typically a use it or lose it scenario. You can't just take $10,000 and laugh all the way to the bank. You have to put it towards closing costs or the interest rate or whatever else. Sometimes you can do it with repairs, but you would have to get bids and paperwork to back all that up, so it's not necessarily the easiest route to take, but you can for sure use it to buy down your interest rate, which is going to give you a lower monthly payment. I've actually done this several times recently because of the situation that we are in this place and time in our market, and it does tend to make the offer super clean. It appeases both parties because at the end of the day, the seller's still getting what they're asking for, but you're getting just a little bit of help to make your monthly payments a little bit easier to manage. So if you haven't already, hit that like of this video and make sure you subscribe to my channel. I put out new videos every week, and if you guys have any other questions about the Reno Sparks housing market or anything related to buying and selling properties, I would love to be a resource for you. You can actually book a free call with me. There's a link in the description box below. It's free, no obligation, no strings attached, and you can book it whenever it's convenient for you, and I will be there on the phone with you. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you next time.